Hello everyone and welcome back to Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode we came here to the Northwestern Sea, where we discovered some goodies including the Cyclone Slate, which allows us to warp to certain spots when we've targeted a frog there. This episode we'll be doing a little bit more side quest stuff, but not too much stuff before we get on there. The Isle of Gust. We will be landing there and exploring it this episode. Don't you worry. For now, you'll notice if you look at the map, you will see, I'm under attack from pirates is what you see. These are just ships that try and bomb you and hit you. If you hit them, then they can't keep up with you and their shots get less accurate. You can't actually destroy them, but you can just delay them inevitably, indefinitely even. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention and I've got winded. That wasn't great. But yes, you'll notice I'm actually targeting a small ship. There's one of these little kind of like traveler's ships over here. And as we get close to the ship, you can see on the horizon here, it's going to look a little bit familiar, as is its occupant in a lot of ways. I don't really want to talk more about the deal with this until we're towards very much the end of the game. But let's board this ship. Doesn't it look familiar? Say, I can't help but notice you're dressed exactly like me. Are you a fan of mine? Ha 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 ha! Don't get me wrong, it doesn't surprise me in the least to meet a fan. I travel the world on my Prince of Red Lion ship to save it from all things evil. Yes, you heard me right, I'm what you would call a hero. So, do you want my autograph? No. Don't act tough. You do want an autograph, right? No thanks. Don't act tough. You do. Yeah, okay, you trout me. Oh, I'm afraid I've run out of autograph paper. So very sorry. I know this can't take a place of my autograph, but, well, based on the way you're dressed, I'm quite sure you're an admirer. Don't worry, I understand. I'll make you my apprentice. A hero's apprentice. What more could a fan hope for? Lots more. Very good. I insulted you and didn't even notice. It's decided then. What's your name, kid? Doctor, huh? Doctor, you are now a hero's apprentice. Ahem. Study and learn the ways of the dashing ways of the hero, and remember to stay cool. So if we talk to him, he will say, my faithful apprentice, Doctor. Want me to train you in the art of swordsmanship? Yes, I do. Very well, you and I will meet in battle. I'll check to see how much skill you have. Hacha, come over your finest moves, young apprentice. Gotta hit him 3 times. Nope, just once. Owie. That didn't count. Ugh, I went too easy on you. I won't do it again. Let us fight. Now this time, we've got to hit him 3 times. That's it. Let's leave it at that for the day. Your skills will never improve if you overdo it. I must admit, the fight you made contact a total of 2 times. That's an appropriate skill for the apprentice of a hero. Keep it up, my apprentice, Doctor. Put your hand out for a second. And we got Goron Amber, a treasure. We'll find out what to do with treasures before too long, hopefully. That's a gift in honor of the sweat and tears you shed in battle. It's nothing big, but it might come in handy at a later time. He won't do anything else for now, but we can leave and then immediately re-enter the ship. Now this time he'll say, oh, it's you. And how are you? Want me to train you in the art of swordsmanship? Well then, I'll pose you. Let's test how much your skills have improved. Hacha, coming from all directions with all the skill you can muster. That's it. And he'll do all this spiel again. I think that's enough. You'll never improve if you overdo it. And he calls us now half a hero. And gives us a Goron Amber again. That's clearly our common treasure on this save file. Let's rejoin him a 3rd time. It's about to get a lot more difficult. Oh, he did the same again. I thought he'd be actually onto the harder one now. Well, once again, he's now saying we're 2/3 of a hero. A White Pearl Loop. That's actually a rarer treasure. The White Pearl Loop isn't necessarily a rarer treasure, but he will usually give you a rarer treasure that 2nd time there. Finally, return once more. So this time, how many times can you make contact before I strike you 3 times? Yes, it's this game, like with Orca and Wind Waker. And the trick for him with this... Oh shit, not a great start. The trick with him with this is to hit him hard like that, and then pin him in a corner. And what you gotta do is listen for him there. I've got him kind of too quiet here, but... Keep tapping on him, and eventually... That's the trick. When he starts doing that kind of attack, what you want to do is run perpendicular to it. You can only really dodge it by going left or right. You can roll if you're fast, but I am nowhere near fast enough for the touchscreen to do that. I didn't see him doing it there. 47 times. So we should be able to try it again now, immediately. So I'm going to just keep doing this. I need to actually turn him up a little bit. So I can hear that sound over my own more clearly. Yep. Right. I will do this. 256 hits! A nice number, which I left it on that. Unbelievable! That was utter madness! Ugh, I can't take it. Here, take this. And he gives us a heart container. Unusual thing about this game, as I've mentioned before, no heart pieces, just full heart containers in the loose in the wild, which is pretty cool with this one. If you listen to a sound where you guys kind of with the staff before attacking, you can basically kind of go on with that indefinitely. I decided to call it a nice round number of 256. With that done, I now want to head to the south. Because whilst we can't come... No, I don't want to board this ship. While we can't go... No, I don't want to board the ship. While we can't... Are you shitting me? Stop it. There we go. Whilst we can't come from the south up to the north here because of the wind, we can go from the north back down to the south. And if we want to come back here, we would have to do the winding way around, except for that we have the cyclone slate now. But anyway, we're going to head south to just south outside of Merkay Island, where we should be able to find ourselves a frog. Oh, actually, there's a fish on me, so I'm going to pull this first. Oh, and immediately, as soon as I stop moving, I get got by the wind. Well, this will actually bring me closer to Merkay Island. Cool. Right, let's go find this frog. There's one around here. There's our frog. Let's hit him. There we go, and he will say exactly the same spiel as the previous frog, and no one needs to hear my horrific Australian accent again. So he will give us a symbol this way, which is an X, but with a little thing on the bottom of it, so he's doot, doot, doot. Those 3 lines. Brilliant. Now we got one more frog I want to get as well for kind of easy access, so let's head over to basically... Well, shit, that's the chart. I meant to be drawing a navigational row. You can always hit the frogs again if you accidentally, you know, do I nearly did there and erase their thing. I want to go to about there-ish. There's our froggy here near my leader as well, so let's just hit him briefly. Handy to have these warp points for later. There we go. God, he was a bit of a slippery bastard there, but he gives us another symbol to walk back to this kind of section of the South Sea. And this is a kind of Greek letter phi, that is, I believe. So that's whoop, whoop. Oh my god, that's awful. Right, let's try that again, but better. There we go. Close enough. Oh, he's waiting again. There we go. So what does this actually look like? We actually want to warp up to the top area again now, because it's time to go to the Isle of Gust. So what we need to do is a backwards N. In case you're wondering, no, if you know the symbols, that doesn't count for shit. You can't get to these frog points. You can't get to the frog walks without having manually activated the frog anyway. Right, I'm going to go to the Isle of Gust, but I'm going to go via this fish, hopefully, as long as the fish is moving in a helpful location, because, you know, it could be the fish we're after. Oh my god, I think it might be the fish we're after. That was unlikely. Holy shit, it is. Really didn't think that was going to happen. Cool, we'll deal with that in a bit then. Well, I gotta reel the bastard in first, in fairness. And as with all fishing, it's about patience and not rushing it. You just gotta really take your time. I mean, I don't even like letting the meter drop into the lower half, and I don't tend to wind with hardfish until it's literally like all the way up in the green. There we go, you caught a rusty swordfish. It measures 11 foot 7 inches. I've also flipped the screens around because, frankly, this is a dual screen display, which you really need to get the full effect of seeing the rusty swordfish dangling that way there. And this is a big one. Look at that impressive pattern on its back. So, we will deal with that in just a second, but for now, I actually want to just... Well, we'll deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it in a second at all. I'm going to deal with it in a couple of episodes' time. So, let's head to the Isle of Gust, then. Actually, let's flick my screens back to normal as well. And here we are at the appropriately named Isle of Gust, which has rather a lot of wind-based puzzles on it. Oof, we finally made it to the island, but this is sure one gusty island. Yep, this has got to be the Isle of Gust. So, you little green parrot, how about you fly off in search of our next spirit? Punch the microphone there, good one. When he said fly off, I did like a flappy away gesture with my hand and punched the thing. I do so much hand gesturing, I swear, to say that there is no visual element to this Let's Play. There kind of is for me, I guess. I guess I can't not. So, with that, once we're on the island itself, yes, you'll notice it occasionally, like, gusts massive wind like that. Mini-blins are worth killing because they always come in, like, batches, and whenever you kill all the mini-blins in a batch, the final one you kill drops a red rupee, 20 rupees, which is kind of worth it. As I say, the rupee economy is weird in here, but it's usually good to kind of grab stuff, so... Right, for now we just need to make it across here. Obviously, don't try and jump between these islands when the wind is gusting, because you will get blown... Actually, in fairness, you just get blown safely back to where you were, so it's not actually that bad. I'm going to kill these mini-blins. See, always worth it for 20 quid from the largest one. But this way we can go along here. Yeah, it's basically impossible to actually fall in the hole there because of the way the wind blows. I had to say it. I had to fucking say it, didn't I? Well, now this isn't even funny. This is just ridiculous. Right, stop. There we go. Idiot brain wouldn't let me do it. Right. Now, when we get to this point, you get a sign, which hilariously says, you can't read it from here. I'll kill you. There you go. Strong wind warning. Don't get blown away. Thanks. Wouldn't have been able to do that without you. Anyway, if we kill all these mini-blins... Oh, and make some explosions too. Then if we use these bonfires here, you'll see there is this cracked wall. Pick up the bonfire, yeet it at the crack... Oh no, I've made a mistake! No, I didn't get it, but it didn't get me either, so frankly I'll call it a win. Or at least not a loss. There we go. If we chuck that there... Then we get into a tiny little inside place which has... Wayfarer's Journal. You never know where the wayfaring winds will take you next. After months upon this windy isle, I discovered smaller islands nearby. But there is still one mystery that eludes me. The Magnificent Mermaid. That is where my wayfaring destiny takes me next. There's also a couple of useful things in here. There is a courage gem. Very nice. As I say, we need 10 of these for anything useful to happen. But we're not actually that far in game terms. We'll get a lot of these pretty quickly. So we'll start seeing what they do when we get 10 of them, which is quite nice. Upgrading some spirits. And here we have this. He points at this island here, as well as some other stuff on the map there. Those are actually the 2 uncharted islands of this sector. So he kind of points there from his wayfaring skills, and then he says that he's on Banan Island. We've already done that stuff, but kind of cool to see it here, I suppose. Let's head back outside. Now we need to actually time it with the wind, because we can't make that jump there unless the wind is at our back, which is actually quite cool. Let's kill these mini-blins, and as well, there's some soft soil here, which is worth digging on for 20 quid too. Basically every little bit of soft soil you see in the game is always worth a dig. There'll usually be something of useful, and as I say, cash is never a bad thing because of various things we will need rather large amounts of money for in the future. So here we go into the cave. And you have this kind of... no you don't, that's a lie. I thought I was further along than I was. It's weird to be like approaching the second dungeon with this few hearts, but I suppose because we only really have one option for a heart container when we're out and about. You can avoid this mini-villain pit that I'm in here by going along the top and avoiding those little Gust things and just walking entirely around the top. But the mini-villain pit is worth it for 2 reasons. Number one, it has a lot of mini-villains in, which as I mentioned, kill the last mini-villain of a kind of group of however many, and you will get 20 quid out of it, which is pretty nice. Kill all the mini-villains, you'll get a chest, and there's also just another chest loose here. So the first chest contains a wisdom gem, not to be sniffed at. There are, by the way, a completely finite number of those. It takes 10 to do one thing and 20 to do another thing, and there are only 20 of each in the game, so it's not like it's something you can always get unlimited of. The shops that we saw that had them, you buy it from the shop, and then it's not for sale ever again there, so be aware of that. And then we also get a treasure map here. We're getting a lot of treasure maps. Once we get the ability to do anything with it, it's going to be very exciting, viewer. Don't you worry. Anyway, with that, we are now back outside, obviously, and we can hop up here. And then I believe... Oh, come on. If we head around here, there's a point we can dig here, is it? Or did I completely imagine that? I think I'm mixing this up with a thing. I am reading my notes for once, but they are a little badly written. God, whoever wrote them was a fucking idiot, wasn't he? I guess this is what up and around means, isn't it? Up and around and then right and dig. Is it here? Do you want me to dig here, past Doctor? Not very clear, are you? Right and dig for 100 quid. So, let's read my note. Outside and up. That's this, definitely. And then it says, right and dig for 100 quid. That must be right there, then. Oh, there we go. There is a soft soil spot there. That must be clearly what Past Doctor meant when he wrote these. And indeed, that does contain a big green rupee, which is worth 100 quid. Then it says back and left, which is this way. Then it says tiled area and north. It's completely random looking at my notes where he talks about right, left, and south, north, up, and west. It's kind of weird. But those are all things I clearly do struggle with. Anyway, here, you got a load of gas coming out of here, and you've got a note which says, the temple entrance only stops gusting after the windmills have had their fill. What does that mean? Let's have a look at this map. Map says go up there. So I'm going to mark that very clearly, because this map is pointing us there for some reason. And that gives us our little goal for now, I suppose. So let's head around here, kill this lad, and up we go. I do like the kind of, in some ways, so one of the criticisms I'll make of this game, and you will see this throughout the game, is most of its dungeons are pretty small. I will actually do the majority of this game's dungeons in a single episode.
What do you think those are, Doctor? All those spots on the ground looks like they were shoveled in with dirt.
Indeed. If we can actually dig these up, and they have gas underneath them, that's going to become important. But yes, the dungeons in this game are actually pretty short. But actually, these parts of the island are... This is kind of like a dungeon-y thing, which is pretty cool. Obviously, we can open a bit of geyser up there, which can go... We can open for a power gem. Wonderful. Stored on the collection screen, whatever that means. And we can kind of continue up this way. But yes, I do like that you have these kind of almost like overworldy dungeons kind of thing. It reminds me a little bit more of... It was Skyward Sword that had this. You kind of had the overworld was a lot more puzzles rather than just the relatively linear path through to a dungeon. So here's a fun fact. We want to get past this thing, but it's stuck on. We can use the shovel in reverse. Tap it and you fill it in and you can just walk past it pretty happily. It's a thing that isn't necessarily obvious. And I remember the first time I played this bit, you have to do it at that bit. There's no way around it. And basically, the game doesn't tell you it, and it took me longer than I care to admit to figure it out. Anyway, up here, there are some jugs, but more importantly, there's a tablet which says the hero must blow on the 3 sacred windmills to open the path forwards. What's a sacred windmill? Those ones. So if we bring up the map, there's actually loads of windmills marked here, but only this one, and this one are sacred. You don't have to just blow on those ones, you can go around blowing on all the windmills, but it's a lot slower than just targeting the sacred ones, so we will do exactly that. I just go glug. Right, let's plug those up, and then there we go. So we just need to run around this area and grab the windmills. Except it's not that clear, is it? Because there's some nonsense down there. What is that nonsense? Let's ask the gossip stone. Boing, creatures that are sensitive to sounds, well, dwell in the sands ahead. Yeah, it's going full shy halud here. So walk without sound and bring as little attention to yourself as possible. If all else fails, flee to a high spot before the creatures get you. Yes, it's June, it's tremors, it's that whole thing. So if you walk slowly, you're fine. Oh no, it's seen me! It's seen me! Get away! Get away, get away, get away! Oh! Oh, he just got away. Oh, another boinger here. Boing! The sand creatures devour whatever they find, so feed them bombs, then you'll have a chance at survival. Wonderful. It's also kind of like, yeah, the Stygians for Darksiders, all that kind of thing. And in fact, when they appear, they're pretty horrifying looking. These sandworms, but they do explode into cash, so there we go. So, we've come around the side here. Yeah, these high bits are just basically somewhere to hide out. There we go, got it. They are drawn to the sound of the feel of the bombs on the ground as well, so you can always use that as a distraction and then run for it anyway. Anyway, up here, no, that's a non-sacred windmill, that's a regular bitch-ass windmill! Oh, he got me. Yeah, you just rub to get knocked loose from them. They aren't actually as scary as they look, it's just the whole thing that's coming for you. There we go. Sacred windmill number 1. Come on, really? Thank you. Yes, you have to actually blow on them. Yes, that's the kind of game this is. You must have known that by now. Anyway, we come all the way down to the bottom here. But my notes are wrong. Oh, it says bottom right. My notes aren't wrong. I just... In a shocking turn of event, my notes are absolutely correct. I just didn't read them. We're going to get fucked up by Shy Halud as soon as we've got this treasure map. But we have got a treasure map. Well, there we go. Was it worth it? We'll find out in 3 episodes' time. I probably should be being a bit more careful, but I'm not. Let's grab that and... Hey, surprise! Chomp. Wonderful. Was that just a heart in it? I want a cash. Anyway, I think we've actually killed most of the sandworms now. No, absolutely haven't killed most of the sandworms. Most of the sandworms turned out still alive. Ugh. No, there's just one of them left. They're all stuck on basically kind of patrolling certain areas. Eat that. While I blow on the sacred windmill. As I say, you can blow on the other windmills, nothing bad will happen, it's these 3 ones specifically that need to be activated to actually do the thing! Oh, that was alarmingly close. Let's actually kill this man, it'll make my life a little bit easier on the way back. Jump. Wonderful. Right, let's grab that. And final sacred windmill. And with those lit, that door goes down, which gives us a handy little back cut back, but crucially... Wait, is that the back door? One of those doors is a back door. I don't know which, but what matters is that the actual door to the temple is opened and the gas there has stopped. So if we hop back down, we can hop into the temple. And this is, of course, the Temple of Winds, and of course it's going to be done next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for the Temple of Wind. Thank you very much, and good day.